Nice texture in your voice, yeah. Once again, it's 5:10 a.m. here in the West Coast, Northern California, Stockton, California, y'all. This is the Cherry Franklin Show. You can follow us on Facebook and YouTube and Spotify, and Instagram. And right now we have live with us CJ100. He just sang an amazing cover of "You Got It Bad" by Usher. Very beautiful. We did get that on the background live. We're going to give him the stage one more time. CJ100, I know you got something else for us for our ears this morning.
You know it. You know that.
All right. We're going to go ahead and give him the floor. Big shout out to the Tag Dab Live. Y'all give it up for CJ100 one more time. Whenever you're ready.
This one you I'll sing the hook and I rap the verse.
Okay.
It goes like this. Girl, I want you. Girl, I want you. Pretty face and that booty so fat, I want you. Girl, I want you. Them girls ain't got it like you, I want you. Girl, I want you. Pretty face and that booty so fat, I want you. Girl, I want you. Them girls ain't got it like, ooh, you bad girl. You know I had to get it that. Take you to the crib, stab at the kitty cat. You bad girl. Couldn't wait to freak you. Need your whole box like a personal pizza. It's when they come to pussy, I'm a savage. I ain't got no manners with my panties and do damage. If it's good, I gotta have it. Kill it, put it in the casket. I don't hate if I don't rap it. I'm a motherfucking master at it. Girl, I ain't trying to fuck you. I was just trying to fuck you over the counter. Girl, I ain't trying to fuck you over, just trying to fuck you over the counter. Let's let the hook go back in.
Come on, give us the hook one more time.
Girl, I want you. Want you. Pretty face and that booty so fat, I want you. Girl, I want you. Them girls ain't got it like you, I want you. Girl, I want you. Pretty face and that booty so fat, I want you. Girl, I want you. Them girls ain't got it like you, no.
Hey, we like that. Thank you, CJ.
I got you, girl. You gotta put on for the bag.
That's right. That's right. Y'all, once again, this is California, the West Coast, 5:12 a.m. My name is Cherry Franklin. This is the Cherry Franklin Show. It's cool to get off of here now and do the show.
It's all good, love.
All right. Y'all make sure you tap in with CJ100. Once again, y'all can add him on YouTube. He got a song on there called Let Me Find Out. Once again, that's by CJ100. Do like us, add his song to your playlist, and hit the subscribe button. We're going to say bye to CJ, but thank you for going live with us.
All right, for sure, man.
All right, bye. Y'all, San Jose, California, another part of the Bay Area. We got love for the whole damn Bay around this way. My name is Cherry Franklin, a.k.a. the Missus from Northern California, Stockton, California, to be exact, baby. So, up next, I believe, is the news. If you have not rolled a blunt, poured a drink, a cup of coffee, made a sandwich, fired up a square, whatever it is that you do first thing in the morning, if you get up and take a shit and watch my show on the toilet, still thank you for that too, even if you're not participating in the session at all. But we get on here for our morning cap, for our news update, and also for our music update. There's also a rap freestyle session as well. Anything else that we didn't cover? I hope y'all all understand what the show is about by now. If you do not, you are totally missing out. Give me just a quick second. I'm gonna go ahead and check our fourth stimulus check. If you need information about what is going on with the stimulus funding and the quarantine funding, y'all make sure you go look up our videos from yesterday. Yesterday, July 7th, 2021, at the Cherry Franklin Show. We did go over all the different types of funding available, and that you would want to know about from now until September, until the pandemic unemployment runs out. Y'all, we just barely about to smoke a blunt, so get into this smoke session. You still got at least 15 to 20 minutes. Again, we started this podcast off rapping. So let's go ahead and hop into the smoke session part. We're going to check a couple of news updates as well, okay? Hey, 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 get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Hey, hey, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. If I gotta be up, I feel like y'all do too. It ain't nothing left to do. It ain't nothing left to do. If I gotta be up, I bet y'all do too. It ain't nothing left to do.
If you haven't received your tax refund yet and are struggling to reach someone at the IRS, you are not alone. The government agency is buried with backlogged claims and working to hire additional employees to handle all the phone calls. NBC4 IT and consumer investigator Randy Mack explains.
Pandemic has certainly taken its toll on businesses, both private and public, and the IRS is no exception. The agency has been pressed into action on a number of fronts, and all of that is combining to slow down refunds. In fact, the extent of the problems are outlined in a recent report to Congress made by the National Taxpayer Advocate. That's an independent organization within the IRS. One of the biggest hurdles is that many claims are just more complex, as incomes in 2020 for millions of Americans were impacted by COVID-19. So for the purpose of accuracy, the IRS is having to manually look at millions of claims to make sure they're filed properly, which takes time. Throw in the fact that there have been several stimulus packages passed, all money that is being distributed by the IRS, and for the past 2 years, the tax filing deadline has been extended. Plus, this year, many people are receiving additional monies under the child tax credit, and you simply have a log jam of paperwork at the IRS. Calls to the agency with questions for help are going unanswered, as the IRS is simply understaffed, receiving almost 4 times as many calls as it did during the 2019 filing season. Almost 15 calls per second, with staff that can only answer a fraction of those calls each day. The IRS is hoping to be allocated more money under the next budget process so it can hire more staff, especially people to take your calls. But in the meantime, if you haven't filed your tax, the quickest way to get your money back, your refund, is to go ahead and file electronically. Also, you want to make sure that the IRS has your direct deposit information. That way, if you do a stimulus check, a tax credit, or a refund, that money can be deposited directly into your account. In Cheeto Hills, I'm Randy Mack for NBC4 News.
So I signed up for direct deposit. So I feel like they should direct deposit my Golden State stimulus check. But I was told that even those who was receiving your income tax refund through a direct deposit, you would still be receiving your Golden State stimulus check in the mail in the form of a paper check. So I don't know how true that is. But here we go, honey. Y'all remember me telling you to go to change.org and vote for stimulus check, correct? I'm proud to say that somebody listened, created the petition for the forced stimulus check, and there are now over 2.5 million signatures on this petition for economic funding, and it's projected to reach over 2.8 million signatures, another at least 250,000 to 300,000 American signatures, demanding government funding take care of rent, utility. You know what I'm saying? Like you have got to make up income for the loss of income that you cost everyone else. I really feel like rent and utilities could be waived for 6 months, and those checks be used to pay off debts or to purchase or upgrade equipment or businesses or fix houses or things or vehicles or things like that to prepare adults and workers to return back to the workforce. I really believe that other countries have their rent and mortgage fees waived for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years, for the entire pandemic. So there's no reason why a country so technologically advanced as the United States cannot come with some type of rent and mortgage fee waiver for the remaining 6 months of 2021. You want to talk about budget reconciliation? That would be a reconciliation move. Anyway, a forced stimulus check in the amount of $2,000 and pending $2,000 monthly payments during the remainder of the quarantine, and $1,000 per month up to 1 year after the pandemic, per the proposal that Bernie Sanders gave us in June of 2020. If y'all don't know what that means the other Democrat that was running for president besides Joe Biden before him, named Bernie Sanders, he's a state senator in the White House, in the Congress. He proposed the proposal already for $2,000 stimulus check and $2,000 a month during the quarantine and $1,000 a month up to 1 year after the quarantine. He already made this up in June of 2020. It's now July of 2021, and they're falling back and depending on the structure of his plan from last year. That's what Americans are demanding. Americans are needing. $600 was not enough to pay rent. $1,200 and $1,400 might have been barely enough to pay 1 month's rent. That's not including if any appliances or equipment broke down, if any vehicles or houses, anybody needed to move or purchase a vehicle, any vehicles needed repairing. That's not including if, you know what I'm saying, somebody missed work and they had to spend all their savings, you know what I'm saying, to make up the rent the other months that they didn't have a stimulus check. Like, there's so many factors that weigh into this, as that $1,200, $600, and $1,400 was not enough. Again, change.org, y'all. Please sign the petition. If you are able to vote, please visit vote.org and change.org. For the forced stimulus check, please visit change.org. As well as the causes you believe in during the social rights and civil rights revolution, global revolution, after the George Floyd Justice Act of 2020. We are taking more accountability for what we allow our governing authorities to do to us as an American people, starting with the Black community and the murdering of unarmed Black American citizens. So also, please, while you're visiting change.org and voting for your forced stimulus check, please visit Justice for George Floyd, Justice for Ahmaud Arbery, Justice for Elijah McClain, Justice for Breonna Taylor, Justice for Vanessa Guillen, Justice for Ma'Khia Bryant, Justice for Adam Toledo, and any of the Say Their Names hashtags. In the past year, basically ever since the death of George Floyd, y'all, March 25th of 2020, there have been 6 to 8 Black men and women found hanging in the U.S. deemed a suicide by local law enforcement agencies. Vanessa Guillen was a Latina American soldier who went missing after filing 2 counts of sexual misconduct at Fort Hood Military Base. Breonna Taylor was an EMT, a medical technician who was working double shifts on the front line of COVID. A raid was executed on her home where she was shot and killed in her apartment. There's a body cam footage that has not been released to the public. as well as recently in Columbus, there was also officers killing an unarmed black man, in which a body cam was worn, and the family is demanding that the body cam footage be made public. I say all that to say this: please visit change.org and sign petitions for the causes you believe in. It is not enough to write it into law. In the case of George Floyd, he was killed by a choke. And their resolution was to create the George Floyd Justice Act, which is basically makes you able to demand and file with your state attorney general for internal affairs to investigate local law enforcement agencies for racially discriminative cases of police brutality. However, that's only if the police get caught. However, that's only if you're able to file a petition or a lawsuit with the state attorney general, if you have legal representation. Eric Garner, George Floyd. George Floyd was killed, suffocated in broad daylight in front of everybody on the ground on camera. Derek Chauvin was sentenced to 22 and a half years, although he was facing 75. And he was refused medical care when approached and offered medical care while officers had George Floyd detained in custody. They denied him medical care. So you could say you can't put your knee on nobody else's neck no more, but I want to remind you of Eric Garner, 2015, around 2015 in New York, father of 3 daughters. He was choked to death by 2 police officers for selling loose cigarettes in front of a store. Thank you for my money. Eric Garner was choked to death also in broad daylight on camera, and also vocalized that he was having difficulty breathing. And this time, the choke was already written into law and police policy for the officers not to use this choke. Just like how they just said, okay, officers, you can't put your knee on people's neck no more in Minneapolis because look what you did to George Floyd. So they already had something like that for the choke that they used on Eric Garner. However, that officer made the conscious decision independently to execute excessive force, thus suffocating and killing Eric Garner in broad daylight in New York, so that he did not make it home for dinner to his 3 daughters that night. Again, it's nice that you create the George Floyd Justice Act of 2020 if we catch officers racially discriminating in police brutality. However, it is not enough to write the law. You must punish the offenders. Us regular citizens, bitch, if we don't pay a traffic ticket, we get locked up. Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are murdering people and getting away with murder. This is outrageous. This is unacceptable. This is outrageous. This is extremist. This is racist. It's unacceptable. You let the police kill whoever they want to, and they don't get in trouble, and they don't get a full investigation, and they don't get penalized. And this is the system we're supposed to trust, y'all? That y'all let y'all partners get away with anything? No, honey, we're not gonna trust shit you do. It's already hard enough for us to qualify for shit. Mailboxes, P.O. boxes, driver's licenses, business licenses, home business licenses. Are you kidding me? It's so hard to qualify for anything. College funding. It's so hard to apply for or qualify for anything, and you won't stand up for us to not tell your officers to not kill us, especially us unarmed, non-hostile, non-malicious, non-threatening, non-violent, alleged offenders. not proven guilty in the court of law yet. Not even really committed a crime yet. Y'all know that beat? I'm finna tell you. This is that 90s shit that I like. Pick up my shorty and a 40 from the corner store. Oh. Honey. All right, let's see some more news. Y'all ready for some more news? They tried to say that our economy is growing and picking back up. Well, our economy also has had 3 stimulus checks and income tax refunds. That's going to be over with. Not everybody qualifies for dependents for the child tax credit. Anyway, this beat, honey. This If Your Girl Only Knew by Aaliyah. If y'all don't know that.
Now, according to Yahoo Finance,
you in the wrong podcast.
Members of the House and Democratic senators urging President Biden to push for recurring payments to Americans as long as the pandemic continues. This isn't the first time the idea.
What the hell? Well, that didn't really last long. I knew it was a 15-second video, but I didn't think it was a glitch.
Now, according to Yahoo Finance, 50 Democratic members of the House and 11 Democratic senators have signed letters urging President Biden to push for recurring payments to Americans as long as the pandemic continues. This isn't the first time the idea.
I'm trying, y'all. That video was like a prank. Like, oh, you thought she was gonna say something, but it just cut off right there. I'm sorry. It's my fault, y'all. They just had the best title on their video, but it was only 15 seconds long. Hurricane Elsa. Tampa Bay, Florida. Y'all, that's Central Florida and the smack dab in the middle of the peninsula, preparing for a hurricane. Elsa. It is not September yet. What is y'all doing, Florida? Y'all jumping the gun, baby. See some beats in here. It's just different. I might got 2 videos left in me, if that. We're not listening to this happy ass beat though. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Wake y'all ass up.
What's up, guys? Today is July 7th, and the IRS put out a news release about the non-filer sign-up tool. Now, what is it? I did the video on this before. Basically, starting about a week from July 15th, the advanced child tax credits go out, which I did a video on yesterday. I've done other videos, but that's what tax credit is for parents that have dependents and kids under the age of 17. And just to briefly recap, and you have to qualify due to, it has to do with income levels, how much you make. You get $300 per month for each child under the age of 6, $250 per month for each child ages 6 through 17. Go watch the video yesterday. If you need to update your bank information, meaning that let's say you paid taxes last year, there's no bank information in 2020 taxes, so you can update it. However, any updates you took to your account, whether you want to change your bank account or change from paper check to direct deposit or opt out of programs, so you can opt out too. It won't take effect till August. So if you want to opt out, you're going to get July's payments. It's too late to do it right now. And make sure you do it by August 2nd. That way, you don't get the August payment or any information get updated. It's done by August 2nd. Okay, so with this tool, all right, these people that basically don't necessarily file their taxes because they don't have to, maybe have disability or whatever it may be. The IRS is holding special weekend events to help people who don't normally file taxes get the child tax credit payments and the EIP payments. All right, that's the stimulus checks. Remember, stimulus checks only went to people that one, filed taxes, two, were in SSI or SSDI system, or Veteran Affairs, or rural benefit. Right? Anyhow, the event take place this weekend. July 9th and 10th, and they're going to be held in Atlanta, New York, Detroit, Houston, LA, Las Vegas, Miami, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Phoenix, Go Suns, St. Louis, and Washington, D.C., Maryland area. So
LA.
I will put a link down below to this news release. It has all information in there.
Ours is Los Angeles. Who's
sign
doing 8 hours
use
to sign up for
try it out. If it seems like too complicated or something like that, right? And you live close to any of these cities,
if you didn't file taxes,
there is a calendar
there's
and more
a
information
state sign up for the child tax credit. If you have
so,
kids and dependents and
just
you
real quick update on that. Remember,
qualify for funding.
Advanced child tax credit starts going out next week on July 15th, and they got every month pretty much around the 15th until the rest of the year, throughout the rest of the year. So, if you're new to the channel, appreciate you guys hit the subscribe button, bringing content like this every single week, from stimulus news to crypto news, investment news, small businesses. Also, if you are in the advanced child tax credit, you qualify, and you're not opting out, and you don't necessarily maybe want to invest the money, whether it's in crypto or stocks, a few links down below, you can get free stock.
That reminds me, I need to check my stock from yesterday. I don't think I checked it yesterday. I was up 44 cents for the week. But I did not check it yesterday. Well, look real quick. Hold on, y'all. They on here every day.
There are no signs that Congress plans to send a fourth stimulus check to Americans. Still, many individuals and families are clamoring for more money. A Change.org petition calling for $2,000 per month for every adult American, as well as $1,000 per child, that was started last year, has now gathered 2.5 million signatures. It continues to draw supporters, who on Wednesday posted comments such as, "Families are still struggling," and "We deserve to be able to survive no matter what." The idea of regular income from the government gained steam during the COVID-19 pandemic. At that time, one Senate proposal called for $2,000 per month per individual, and up to $10,000 per family for the duration of the crisis. The bill was introduced in May 2020 by then-Senator Kamala Harris, D. Califf, as well as Sens. Bernie Sanders, IVT, and Ed Markey, D. Mass. Meanwhile, some U.S. cities are piloting guaranteed income programs. There are currently no signals on Capitol Hill that a fourth stimulus check is in the works. However, new direct payments to families, particularly the monthly child tax credit payments set to begin this month, have some calling the latest federal coronavirus relief a universal basic income experiment, as some families could get more than $14,000 in total payments. However, it remains to be seen whether some of those provisions could be extended or made permanent.
What I can't get is these state leaders want our international borders shut, which is shutting down families. You may have noticed that we are one of the most culturally diverse countries in the world. We've got people who've got families in all parts of the world who can't come here right now, and plenty of people might say that's fine. Daniel Andrews wants to build a wall as well between Victoria and the rest of Australia as well. So Dan's got his
Come on, I don't know what this dude is talking about, but I know I don't want to
Where's
hear
he getting his idea from? Well, fast forward to yesterday, the 100th anniversary of a dozen people getting together over a bit of rice wine in the back.
I'm not sure what they're talking about, honey. I want to know about our checks.
If they really wanted to give us a fourth stimulus check, we would already have it by now. And it's this simple. Over these last few days, it has become apparent that there is around $600 billion sitting there and doing nothing. Example of the states having that $350 billion. A lot of states have stepped forward and said they simply don't need this money and that they now are in a budget surplus. This has led many politicians and people in Congress to call for the repurposing of this money. It only costs around $400 billion to pass a fourth stimulus check. And as one Democratic senator said, if we really wanted to pass additional stimulus checks right now, we would be able to. The leading theory why this is not yet happening is because many politicians want to wait until we get closer to the election cycle to pass any form of stimulus. It's just an example of how politicians try to screw the American people over.
That is not what the... Oh my goodness, honey. All right, well, I don't know what these motherfuckers is doing with y'all money. Long story short, these bitches ain't got our money yet. I'm reading fake inspirational quotes on Facebook. It's disgusting me. Let's get the fuck off Facebook and hurry. And back onto the background and the pay size, y'all. We have given Facebook and YouTube about 32 and a half minutes of our precious time this morning. Again, 5:43 a.m., just 1 hour and 23 minutes past 4:20 here on the West Coast, Northern California, Stockton, California, to be exact, baby. My name is Cherry Franklin. This is the Cherry Franklin Show. Somewhere in this room is a notepad, and on that notepad is 5 types of funding you need to be aware of. But since I don't have the notepad, I'll have to remember it from the top of my head. If you worked more than 40 hours in the season prior to the quarantine, you may qualify for MEUC as opposed to PUA. If you are on unemployment, you qualify for EDD and PUA, Pandemic Unemployment Assistance. If you worked more than 40 hours, you qualify for MEUC, Mixed Earner Unemployment Compensation. That's an additional $100 per week of unemployment assistance. PPP loans have ceased and desist. However, SBA loans are still open for applications, as well as the previous funding for SBA loans in the first and second stimulus packages are being rolled over again to use and recycle those funds that were not used. Once again, that's SBA loans. So far, we have PUA, MEUC, and SBA loans. Y'all, if you filed your income tax Your federal and state income tax refund should be on the way, right along with a Golden State stimulus check. If you are in the state of California, you should be receiving $600 if you earned less than $35,000 for the year in the month of California. I think I earned like half of that because I went to unemployment right away in springtime because my job was a graveyard shift and they gave us a curfew and a quarantine. So my job was gone right away. Child tax credits, $300 for children ages 0 to 6 per month, $250 per child ages 6 to 17 or 7 to 17. It's $200 per month. So I believe they said the basic child tax credit check would be for $3,500 coming on July 15th. So those of you who have children, dependents under the age of 17, you had them already before January 1st, 2021 or 2020, excuse me, and you file your income tax, you should be getting a child tax credit if you earned less than $35,000 or $70,000 if you're a couple during the quarantine and pandemic. What do we talk about so far? PUA, MEUC, right? SBA loans instead of PPP loans. Income tax refunds, state stimulus checks, child tax credits. Okay, I think that's about 6 or 7 different sources of income. As well as if you are over age 24, you could qualify for funding for education. If you are under the age 24 and you lost your job and went on unemployment, you may also qualify for educational funding. Get with your local community college. Community college is way easier to get into than a university. For those of you who cannot get student loans, for those of you who don't qualify for major funding, or your local university semester is way more than just $2,000, $3,000, or $5,000, what a Pell Grant would be. You would want to look more into a community college. Okay. What else? Any other funding I need to be telling y'all about? If you go on Facebook and type in your city and state and look up your city and state Facebook pages, your government and city and courthouse pages on Facebook, y'all, there are links that can get your utility bills, your water and PG&E bill paid for and waived. Thank you for my money. I see somebody sent another round of applause. I see some money over here as well on this side. Y'all, Facebook has ads right now that are running for every city and state for programs and applications to get your rent paid or to get your electricity or water bill paid. As well as if you qualify for unemployment right now on the EDD websites, they also have links about information for you to apply for food stamps, EBT and SNAP benefits, as well as health insurance, basic health care. If you are in the state of California, please take advantage of Planned Parenthood. We don't want them going out of business. There will be a lot of unwanted babies and a lot of hungry families and a lot of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of unhealthy children if there was no Planned Parenthood. What else? So we just talked about the different kind of funding. If y'all need to go over the funding again, y'all make sure you go to the Cherry Franklin Show on YouTube and check out our video post from yesterday, which was July 7th. July 7th, Cherry Franklin Show. You will hear all about the different funding. Thank you so much. Somebody said it's really dope that I'm doing this and going over the types of community programs and things like that that can help you with funding. If y'all don't know, I'm a business major. I received the top marks in the state, in the region for business economics in the top 99 percentile. that is less than 1% from a perfect 100. My GPA in college was a 4.13, and the maximum GPA you could earn was a 4.0. And my mathematics, my blind test, college entry mathematics scored in the top 95 percentile as well. And I earned a scholarship from the state of Alabama for free math tuition for my first semesters in college. I also received the President's Award from Barack Obama in 2015 and Phi Theta Kappa National Honor Society for 4 years. While I was attending only a 2-year college. So I want y'all to know that business, math, economics, and sustainability, profitability, and success, empowerment, development, growth, all of that is very important to me. And also being a lower working class minority woman, all of those things are important to me. Okay? So thank you for the love and support and the continued love and support. I do see that we passed over 700 tokens over here on Ustream. Thank you so much, baby. I see $3 from one person. So thank y'all so much. And that's what's up. You are very vital to this app. Thank you. I do what I can, where I can, when I can. Speaking of doing what you can, where you can, when you can. If you are able to vote, y'all can visit change.org, sign the petitions against police brutality, justice for George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Elijah McClain, Breonna Taylor, Vanessa Gillen, Ma'Khia Bryant, Adam Toledo, Robert Fuller, anybody else who, whatever cause you might believe in, defunding the wall, defunding the police, disband ICE, and the forced stimulus check. Y'all, there's 2.5 million signatures for the forced stimulus check, as well as these police brutality cases. Y'all, please visit change.org and search your city and state. And make sure y'all do that. Also, vote.org, legalizing businesses, business licenses, community programs, public housing, public transportation, after school programs, educational funding, free lunches, social distance learning, free healthcare clinics, homeless shelters, politicians running for office, propositions being written into law. Y'all, if you are able to vote, please go to vote.org and vote in your city and state. My Facebook, my YouTube, all of that is called The Cherry Franklin Show. Y'all, if y'all need to go over this information again, we don't do nothing but get on here and rap and sing and protest and talk about the news and have a smoke session. So you're more than welcome to check us out. Leave a comment. Check out some of the other wonderful creators, artists, and entrepreneurs that we support in the comment section and in the detailed description on Facebook and YouTube as well. What's up, everybody? I think I got us another beat lined up. Let's go ahead and listen to an instrumental. I got about another 5 minutes for Facebook and YouTube. We'll give them a couple more minutes. We'll give them 45 minutes. Right now it's at 43 minutes. Hey y'all, thank you. Yes, y'all. I want to remind you before we go out and cancel Facebook and YouTube, y'all. I want to remind you and tell you every day that I think you are beautiful. I think your soul is beautiful. I think your energy is positive. You're important to me, your community, your family, and your friends. And I love y'all. And I thank y'all for being here and making me a top streamer. Thank you for the continued love and support, y'all. We made probably over $5,000 in the past year on this podcast and live streaming. So I want to thank y'all. We did file it on our income tax and in our unemployment and everything like that. So it's all legal and accounted for. The next step is to be licensing and branding, whether it be the podcast or the label, if we decide to open the label up to the public or not. We upgrade our offices and upgrade our stuff. So somebody, one of our viewers that's been tipping asked me why the fuck am I still here? I think he's saying if I'm making money in a business, why do I have to live stream? But the business is actually live streaming that I've been able to sustain during the quarantine and the pandemic. So I think if that helps explain why. Oh, what's the purpose of my business? I own a music production and entertainment production company. And then I also live stream and podcast. We do smoke sessions. And we talk. We do live fan interaction, and we do even like customer service, because I run a record label too and entertainment. So it's kind of like if you work fast food, you take people order of what they want to eat, right? So I work music, so I take their order of what music they want to hear and stuff like that, or whatever they want to talk about, the information they want me to look up, if they want me to dance, if they want me to sing, rap, stuff like that. We do live entertainment as well and stuff like that. What do they benefit from your business? It depends. People buy music from me and buy production from me and also buy promotion from me. People get business advising. I also do financial advising. I do restaurant management and advising. And then I own my own businesses as well. I used to manage restaurants and cook and help people run their business and shit like that too. But what I do now is music and entertainment, live stream and promotion. That's my main business. I mean, it just depends. Yeah, I work with from the public to entertainers to amateurs to government, city officials, shit like that, all in between, schools and shit like that. I do all of that. I used to teach. No, I'm just saying in my office and in my businesses. And also kind of online too, actually. I mean, we promote and live stream and promote a lot of these businesses and organizations. When we check out the updates and the news and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So So the room that we're in is actually called the Smoking Lounge. And we're in here. This is the cool down and cool off room where people come to chat and have a smoke break. And that's why we come here to chat and have the smoke session. I'm not benefiting off of people. I am an entertainment company. I get tips, or I advise, or I update people and research information for people, and they actually benefit more from that than I ever will. And like, I just provide information or a service. Production as well. When you make something for somebody and produce something, graphic, flyer, commercial, video, anything, you know, they have it forever and they make money off of it forever. I only make money off of it once. You know what I'm saying? Unless I get some type of copyright. They have to list me in their licensing. No, I really run a lot of businesses. I'm really like an entertainer and a business owner, so, and also a business student. When you're an entrepreneur or a student of business, or you go to college for business, or if you go to college for anything at all, you know what I'm saying? It makes you take a step back and look at everything and try to learn and look at the different things there are in the industries that you're interested in, or the things that can be done and things like that. So it, you know, it's a lot of work and evolution and growing. Like I said, independent entrepreneurship, business advising, research, updates, communication, promotion, networking, all of that. It's all vital. It's all important. Also modeling. I do, like, people make me do their music videos and shit. Like, I don't think I'm a video vixen at all, right? I never felt like that my whole life. I just thought I was pretty. Like, when I do my hair and makeup. Like, okay, now I look pretty. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in, like, a whole bunch of videos, music videos. We got, AJ Mack in the shower. We got Pop City featuring Mr. Fab. I love booty. We got Phil Ficken on it. We got like so many other videos. Like, I can't name them all, but they're on there, y'all. If you follow us on YouTube, you can check them out too. Like I say, I'm not big on modeling and dancing and shit like that. But now that we're live streaming more and more, I'm getting more and more comfortable being seen. You know what I'm saying? Not just on stage at a show, music, performance, concert, something like that. So we'll see how that goes. Oh, and acting. So before we go, we're going to cut off Facebook and YouTube. I swear to God, we're going to really cut them off this time. But before we go, I want to let y'all know they contacted me again about Amazon Prime. The West Coast, an Amerikkkan Dream, is independent film about inner city crime, the lower working class and minority struggles and classism in cities or urban communities or heavy police areas or heavy crime areas. So anyway, the show is called The West Coast, an Amerikkkan Dream on Amazon Prime Video. Y'all will see me in the episode. I'm not in the trailer of the commercial, but I am in the episode right in the middle. So if you have Amazon Prime, I believe it's free to stream. But if you don't, I believe you could purchase or download it for yourself for like $10 or $20. I'm not sure how much it is. But don't forget, it's called The West Coast, an Amerikkkan Dream on Amazon Prime Video. All right, we're getting off of Facebook and YouTube, y'all. We having a few side conversations here. We're going to fade to the background. It's after 6 a.m., 6:05 a.m. here on the West Coast. Northern California, Stockton, California to be exact, baby. We got a lot of cameras going right now. We're going to cut 2 of them off. Thank you, Facebook and YouTube, for being here and making me a top streamer. I hope y'all